Hi everyone, welcome on back to my channel. My name is Iris and I just wanted to come and talk about what I've learned on my lock journey so far. And of course, I've only been locked for 2 years, so that's not a very long time, but even though it's been just 2 years, I feel like I've learned a lot of things about locks so far. And actually things I knew, and then there's certain things that I didn't realize about having locks, so let's get into it. So first of all, I would say being natural in general is not for the weak. And I say that because I'm definitely not new to being natural. Like I've said before in previous videos, I've been natural since 2011. So wearing my natural hair isn't a problem for me at this point, but I feel like when I decided to become locked, it shed a different type of light on being natural. Now, of course, there's always these stereotypes of locks and them being dirty and not professional, so that is the obvious. But I definitely feel like you definitely get a lot more attention with locks. I could be wrong, but from personal experience, it just feels like all eyes are definitely on you more. I don't know if that's just me, but I don't know. Ever since I started my journey, I feel like I get looks of like, I don't know if I should say disgust, or when people don't understand certain things, they kind of just give you a look of like, why do you look like that? Why is your hair like that type of deal? And I feel like I get that a lot now from being locked. Actually, more than I thought I would from coming from just being natural in general, And sometimes it throws me off a bit, but that's why I said locks are definitely not for the weak, because you have to have a level of confidence, because somebody's always going to have a problem with your hair, especially I feel like when it's locked, because it's almost as if when people don't understand something or they're not willing to do something themselves, like they're afraid to wear their natural hair, they're afraid to lock their hair. So when they see you being confident and doing it, they're like, oh no, that's not okay. Your hair looks messy, it doesn't look like it's done, and all these other things that they like to bring up when you're wearing your natural hair. I feel like that uncomfortableness is just a reflection of their own issues with themselves that they're trying to project onto you. So of course you have to be confident in who you are and confident that your hair looks good no matter what state it's in, condition. If it's retwisted today and it's looking not retwisted the next, and it's looking fuzzy and messy, so to speak, you still got to be okay with you and your hair and not worry about what everybody else is necessarily saying. Because if you feed into that, I feel like that's why you have so many people dropping off the lock journey like flies. I see so many people saying they're taking out their locks, they're cutting them off. And of course, different strokes for different folks. There could be different reasons for that, but I do notice a lot of newly locked individuals, they don't really last that long sometimes, and I feel like that has to be like one of the issues. Like that outside projection of what everybody thinks of you matters more than what you think of yourself and what you're trying to do on your journey. Another thing I've learned is that everybody's journey is different, of course, and everybody's going to react differently to different products and different things of that nature, which of course when you're starting your lock journey, you are unsure on what to use for your hair, you're unsure of what to do, you're a newly locked person. So of course I jumped onto bandwagons of products, trying to figure out, what should I use, what should I not use, what's going to work for me. And I've learned that on this journey, your hair is going to tell you what to do. It's definitely going to tell you what it likes, what it doesn't like, what it will go for, what it won't go for. And, Locs doesn't take the most. And I think starting this journey from being a loose natural and using so many products, I just automatically thought that being locked would kind of be the same in a weird way. But, until you're on the journey, you have to figure out what products are best for you. And there's so many voices out there. There's so many opinions about locks. There's so many people doing so many different things with their locks that it can be confusing. It really can. And it could put you in a state of like, I don't know what to do with my hair, about to quit, forget it, But I've learned that you just got to listen to your hair. Your hair will definitely tell you what it needs, what it's like. You do have to go through like a trial and error session with your hair. And that's in any state that you have it, to be honest. But especially when you have locks, you just got to figure out what is the best way to manage my hair, what is the best products that work on my hair right now. And despite what everybody else is saying, this works for me, so I'm going to stick with it. And it may not be what everybody thinks is okay, or the proper way to manage your hair. Especially if you're managing your locks yourself, you have to be confident that the decisions you're making for your lock journey is what's right for you, despite what anyone else thinks. Another thing I would say I've learned about locks is to expect the unexpected. When you start this journey, you have so many expectations for your hair, and that's great. But to be honest with you, you're probably gonna have to throw out all those expectations, because your locks are gonna do what they want to do. I'm sorry to say. And I'm guilty of this, because last year, being a year locked and now being 2 years locked, my hair has drastically changed. And to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting it to be as drastic as it is. And when I did my 2-year visual journey, that is when I noticed it the most. And I was like, what is happening to my hair? First of all, the thickness of my locks is completely different. That is to be expected, because, like I said, in my stages of locks, the mature process, your hair is going to become more constricted and dense, which I knew was going to happen in the back of my head. But I think the level of contracting and denseness of my hair being fine, I didn't realize how much that was going to actually happen. So as you can see, my hair is much thinner, I want to say, in size as far as my locks go, than it was last year. Last year it looked a lot more thicker. It was still a lot more frizzier, so it was giving that illusion of thickness. And I don't have that anymore. That is not here anymore in my lock journey. Now my hair has fallen, it has dropped, and it is now giving me the actual look of my locks and what to expect for the rest of this journey. And that can be a reality check, because what if you're a person that thought your locks were going to be a certain thickness, and then they constrict down to a size that you didn't want? So that's where the size of your locks comes into play as a certain importance, if that is important to you on your journey. You do have to be careful about the size you do pick, because once your hair goes through that mature process, it may give you a size that you weren't expecting and that you didn't think, was gonna happen on your lock journey. Now, I actually love my locks at this stage in my journey. I don't hate them, but I'm going to be honest with you, I was not expecting them to contract this small. I really wasn't. Based on where I was last year, I don't know why I thought they were just gonna kind of keep that same flow, but they have stretched out, like, I want to say this way, and they have definitely constricted to capacity, because I definitely wanted micro locks when I started this journey. Like I've said many times before, that was the size I was going for. But I don't know, I guess during my first year and I was seeing the way they were progressing, I was like, oh, I guess they're not going to give me that small look that I thought they would, because I did do them pretty small. But when year 2 rolled around and I saw my hair looking like this, I was like, oh, I was completely wrong, because they are going to give you that medium or small or extra small, depending on how tiny you do them. They're definitely going to give that to you, but they may give it to you at a deeper level than you thought they were going to go, I would say. I would say one of the last things is that you grow with your hair. So, like I said, this is a learning process, of course, and this journey has definitely taught me a lot about me and my hair and what to expect from my hair. And like I said, your expectations have to change, because then you start to realize that, okay, my hair is definitely capable of this and not this. Even though so-and-so has this and I love their hair and it's beautiful, but my hair can only do this. That's as good as it's going to get. You definitely have to grow and learn what your hair is capable of. And I feel like I'm still learning, of course, since I'm only 2 years. Growing with your hair and learning it is very important. And I feel like you definitely get better with it as you progress on your journey. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye, guys.